The Expend4bles 4 is a painful descent into action movie mediocrity. This movie is an exercise in cinematic disappointment that fails on nearly every front. From its uninspired action sequences to its lackluster characters and shoddy production, the film misses the mark. I mean, I was more excited for the Aquaman The Lost Kingdom trailer before this movie even started than I was during any point of the movie. It's just so boring. Feels like a direct-to-DVD film. It feels like a movie that's just there to show you the trailers for all the big upcoming blockbusters. I remember seeing Transformers Rise of the Beasts, and they showed all the big blockbuster trailers. And this just reminds me of that because it's just another generic movie, but even Transformers was better. One of the most glaring issues here is, just the visual ugliness. The action scenes are poorly choreographed and executed. The movie looks downright terrible. It's astounding that a film with a supposed focused on action could manage to look so unwatchable. The two main set pieces in Libya and on a boat are not only unmemorable, but also poorly directed. They lack the excitement and creativity that should be at the hallmark of an action movie. However, The Expend4bles 4 suffers from a lack of stakes in character development, which at its core is one of the worst problems here. The characters are one-dimensional as they come. It's impossible to invest in their fates. Now, I'm not saying you need to be able to invest in all the characters here. Just, the wisecracking jokes, the banter back and forth is good, but still, it really does need a lot more if you want to actually care about the movie. Jason Statham, who is now upgraded to the leader of the movie, struggles to carry the film on his own. Sylvester Stallone is in this movie. He is in it for about 10 minutes. But that isn't enough. It's clear that Statham needs the support of an ensemble cast, which made the earlier entries in the franchise so enjoyable. The absence of familiar faces like Mel Gibson, Harrison Ford, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Chuck Norris, Jet Li, even, it's keenly felt. It leaves a void in the film's core and heart, and it just makes you feel like you're not really watching a true Expendables movie, or just a true movie. It really just feels cheap. You can feel that. The film introduces mostly new faces such as 50 Cent, Megan Fox, Jacob Scipio, Levy Tran, Tony Jaa, and even Andy Garcia in a role that has some charisma for him, but it's just so silly, so dumb. The plot is centered around a villain's generic motivation to create an international incident by stealing nukes and starting World War III. It's uninspired and it lacks any real depth, and it just feels like a tired cliche that's been recycled countless times in like every other action movie. In fact, the film's ugliness, it just reminded me of the 2016 Suicide Squad, not only because it's a team of guys going in to take a bunch of bad guys, also the whole final fight on a naval carrier ship. It reminded me of that big fighting a giant beam of swirling trash in the sky that's in every superhero movie, only this is just on an awful, ugly Navy ship. It just really is so uninspired and generic. Visually, the movie's so cheap-looking, it really does look like a direct-to-DVD film. It's kind of bewildering that a film of this caliber would be released in theaters. It fails to meet the basic standards of modern action filmmaking. Comparing to the likes of John Wick or Mission Impossible is a huge disservice to those franchises, as The Expend4bles 4 fails miles short in terms of quality and entertainment value. In an era where audiences crave original ideas and concepts, The Expend4bles 4 serves as a stark reminder that resuscitating franchises for the sole purpose of selling tickets is a misguided venture. The film further demonstrates that business of sequels can tarnish the legacy of beloved franchises. A lot of people know that, and it's clear, though, that people yearn for fresh, original content that engages their emotions rather than leaving them feeling numb. In conclusion, The Expend4bles 4 is a sad testament to the decline of a once promising franchise. It fails to deliver on its promises of thrilling action, memorable characters, and engaging storytelling. Instead, it serves as a stark reminder that audiences deserve better than lazy cash grabs and nostalgia-driven sequels.